So I just got back from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and now I'm here for a review. When I think of the movie, well, I thought it was better than the first movie. Actually, I thought it was pretty good, and it's one of the best movies this summer. Here's what I liked about it. Well, like all sequels, you're really happy to see all these characters again, and you're really happy that they're all back, and they're doing what they do best, and what they do best is whatever they did in the last movie, and they're doing it again. So that's pretty much one good thing about this movie. Another good thing is that the action scenes, how they were poorly shot in the last movie, they were horribly shot. I couldn't tell what was going on. The action scenes, the camera angles improved on this movie, and the action scenes were much better. They were shot much better than the first movie. Another thing is that this movie has a lot of visual effects, and also Michael Bay continues to do what he does best, and that is blowing things up. And that's what you would get in Transformers. Another good thing is that the plot, it makes more sense, and it's not as loose as the plot in the first movie. Even though I liked the first movie, the plot, we didn't really get into it quicker, but in this movie we get into the plot much quicker. And also, the acting is pretty good. If not most of the characters from the first movie are back for this one. There are only a few characters from the first movie that are gone, but a lot of the main characters are back. The important characters are back. A lot of the important characters are back. And also we get a few new characters along the way. Alright, even though this is a good sequel, here are things that really didn't work. If anything could be removed from this film, it would have to be the stupid comedy. The comedy is atrocious and it's stupid. I absolutely hated it. The comedy is just so dumb and revolting that it could have been cut out. And it's just basically the comedy is just toilet humor. That's all that is, just dumb toilet humor. Another thing I didn't like was the twins. They weren't in the movie very much, thank God for that, but they were pretty annoying every scene they were in. They are the new Jar Jar Binks. And Jar Jar Binks was a pretty bad character in the first Star Wars movie, Episode 1. Another thing I hated is that Sam's mom got high on pot, marijuana, and it was a pretty ridiculous scene. It wasn't really necessary. It could have gone without it. Another scene is that Willie, the little robot, dry humps Megan Fox's leg, and even though some people in the theater were laughing, I was just sitting there in disgust. And you may think I don't have a sense of humor, but I do have a sense of humor, but a lot of the comedy in Transformers is just completely stupid. And if anything could be cut from the movie, like I said, it'd be the dumb toilet humor. Well, enough about the dumb comedy, now let's get into the rest of the movie. Okay, Devastator is in this movie, but he is unfortunately a wasted character. He's only in this movie 5 minutes, and he's pretty wasted. They didn't give him anything to do, and this movie would have just worked without him. He wasn't needed. He was just a gimmick to cash in on moviegoers. And also, he has testicles. Another thing is that not the final battle is not long. The final battle is long, kind of the same length as the final battle in the first movie. But after the battle's over, the ending is rushed. It's very rushed. They don't take time to settle down. They just completely rush the ending. Alright, bottom line is that Transformers Revenge of the Fallen is one of the best movies this summer. It's very worth checking out. If you like the first movie, you'll probably like this one. And that's about it. So I give Transformers Revenge of the Fallen a 9 out of 10, which is an A-, a low A-. Alright, that's it for this review. Also, on another note, Note, thanks for the lady who had like 2 children, who both were infants that were crying during half the movie and wouldn't take them out of the movie or try to get them to stop crying. And I was sitting right next to them, so thank you very much for not shutting them up. Alright, that's it. I'll see you later.